Hello, Vox Pop viewers. Now, I want you to imagine that one day you just don't want to live your life anymore. You just want to grab everything that you got, sell it, get some cash in your pocket, grab your passport, and leave. Head out. You don't know where, you don't know where you'll end up, you don't know anything. How does that sound to you? More importantly, how much would you sell everything for? We interviewed a man who did just that. His name is Usher from Perth, Australia. Now, his story is a bit of a sad one, as he's about to tell you, but it's an interesting one. And more importantly, he's selling his life on eBay, something that doesn't happen every day. So, here goes the live interview, and I hope you all enjoy it. Alright Ian, let's get on with the first question. Why are you selling your life on eBay? What drove you to this?
All right, what drove me to it? I guess, yeah, there's a bit of a sad history behind it, in that I was married when I first came to Australia 6 years ago. I separated from my wife 2.5 years ago. I now live in a house that we were having built for the pair of us to live in, only I moved in here on my own. I'm surrounded by all the furniture and things that we shared together in our previous home. So for me, this is a last step, I hope, in moving forward into a new future.
Well, you got the reasons to do it, and it seems like you've thought this out pretty well. But are you still scared?
No, not at all. This is great fun. I'm having a whale of a time here. Really, I'm doing this. Although there's the sort of sad history behind this, I'm doing this looking forward to a new future, and looking forward with excitement, really. So, for me, this is a new start and a positive one. And hey, you know, it's been a wild few days, but how often in your life does this kind of thing happen? Pretty crazy, but it's good fun.
Alright, so you're really committed to this, and you're going through with it apparently. You got eBay on your back, you got your friends by your side. So I want to know, as the consumer, what am I going to get out of this deal? If I were to bid and be the lucky winner, of course.
Oh, there's a whole description in the eBay listing. There's a heap of stuff there. It's a house, a car, jet ski, motorbike, everything that's in the house, absolutely everything that's here. I'm walking out of the door when all this is done and dusted with one set of clothes, a wallet and a passport, and everything else stays here. The new owner gets everything else.
So hold on, let me get this straight. I'm gonna get your house, I get your car, I get your bike, I get everything in your house. I get your friend's friendship, and you know, I basically get everything in your life now that I see exactly what's going on. But how do I go by getting it? Do I just throw out a random number to you? Is this how do I get it? Is there a certain process? Go ahead and tell me.
So you'd have to pre-register.
Okay.
And you would have to assure me that you had addressed the issue of visas for living in Australia or owning an investment property in Australia, that you'd actually put some thought into this and were in a position to make a purchase. It's no good making a bid if you afterwards go, oh, I never thought of that. You know, I really want people to think this through beforehand before making a serious bid. And I have said now, and eBay have said it's all right for me to state on the auction, I will be saying that if the top bid, when this comes to an end, if the top bidder there turns out to be a fake one, be prepared to have the press turning up on your doorstep, the press of the world, because I'll be happy to release your details.
I think you're going to cut out a lot of bidders that way if you tell them that the press is going to show up at their door if it's a fake bid. But let's say, for example, we get a real bidder, but he's a complete wacko. I mean, this guy would just be nuts. What are you going to do then?
Oh, look, I hope that's not the case. There's some strange people out there on the internet, but I'm trying to screen everyone and ensure that there's genuine bidders, people who can sort of follow this through and have thought about it in a reasonable fashion. So trying to keep it all above board.
Well, you mentioned earlier that on the last day of the auction, you're going to walk out of the house with basically just your money that you've collected, the clothes on your back, the shoes on your feet, and your passport so that you can travel freely after that. But what I'm wondering now is, what clothes are you going to walk out with? Are you going to walk out with like $50,000 pairs of jeans and a $20,000 shirt, or just a normal jean shirt combo kind of thing?
I don't know. My clothes aren't that flash, really. I'm not a designer label sort of guy, so I don't know. I'll just pair of jeans, shirt, jacket if it's raining, I guess.
Okay, Ian, now that we know it's being auctioned, and we know how excited you are about it, tell us, where do you want to end up after this auction ends?
I've got a huge list of places. There's a big world out there, and I've done a bit of traveling. I think the problem with traveling is the more you do, the more you realize that there is to do. So there's a lot of places in the US. I'd love to do a drive right across the US. Places on the East Coast I'd like to see, and plenty on the West Coast I'd like to see, and I guess a lot in between too. So that's one thing I'd like to do among many, many other places across the world.
Sounds cool. Alright, now check it out, Ian. Before this interview, we asked some people how much they would sell their lives for. So let's take a look at that footage right now.
Alright, so if you wanted to start a new life, you had to sell everything that you currently own right now. Your car if you have one, your skateboard, all your clothes, your friends, everything. You had to sell everything in one package. How much would you sell it for?
Just material things?
Material things. I mean, you'd still keep your soul in your head and your arms and stuff. Like $4 million? $4 million?
Probably like, I don't know.
Not that much.
Not that much.
I don't have a lot of stuff.
Honestly, about 50,000, so I could buy a car and put a small down payment on a house and start over.
My life is pretty sweet, so I'd say like $10 million.
$10 million? $10 million? $10 million? $300 million? Whole life.
My whole life?
Whole life. Everything you have, you start off new.
All the money.
All the money in the world?
I'd say 100,000. That sounds good.
100,000?
Maybe not even. That's all you use.
Do you really think people pay 50,000 for your life?
Dude, people pay $1 billion for my life. Well,
Who would buy your life for $10 million? I would buy your life for $10 million. What was that important in your life? What's that valuable?
sure, but you like want to like be
Really? It's tight. I've always wanted to be a dude. What's the best thing in your life that's that valuable?
I'm training for this right
Best used stuff. And a car.
Yeah, what's the most important thing in your life right now? Alright, so how much would you sell your whole life for? How about a price? What price would you sell my mom for? Your life. What price would you sell your life for?
There's no price on your mom.
There's no price on my mom?
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's priceless.
You've been a big help.
Alright, the obvious problem our viewers had was coming up with a price. How hard was it for you to come up with a price?
Well, I haven't. That's the whole idea of an auction. I started the price at $1. The bid started at $1, and the auction will tell me what the price is. The only real indication of value that I can put a figure on is the physical asset, which is the house. That's the only thing that you can really say there's a value. So I guess there's an idea of a starting figure that's part of what you're buying is a house valued at around $420,000.
Well, everything seems pretty good here, Ian. Thanks for the interview. I had fun. Hope all our viewers out there had some fun. And take care down in Australia. Now, as our final quote, what would you like to tell all the teenagers watching this?
I'd tell those teenagers, don't be an idiot and bid on this if you don't intend to buy it and can't follow up. Other than that, I would say my belief is life is about adventure, experience, and doing what it is you really want to do with your life. And don't let anyone ever tell you can't do something. If you want to do it, go and do it.
Well, Ian, I hope everything works out well with the website. Keep us posted on the auction. And for those of you that want to know more about Ian, you can check his website out at alifeforsale.com. So, take care, Ian. We had a pleasure doing this. I hope you did too. And to all the viewers out there, have a good night.
No problem. Thank you. It's been a pleasure for me too. Cheers.